Hello there.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, bitches.
Hello.
Hello. Chicken nugget.
Hello.
All rise and like, subscribe, and bang the gavel, baby.
All rise. The Honorable Judge Middleton.
We'll start doing everything.
Very honorable.
We'll show up.
Correct.
For you to
TJ being cool like TJ often does.
40
Oh,
minutes late.
TJ.
We're gonna be 40 minutes. These are a series.
This is
of
from yesterday, just so you know.
to the defendant under Sturgis ordinance for
You
zoning
said that this is a must-see
Yeah.
for court fans.
Everything here at 303 South.
It's pretty
Navajo.
good.
Yes.
Cello. Please like this video real quick, guys.
Yes, please do. We got a case. Chases and cases 5 days a
Mr.
week.
Kling actually resides on the property. He did have a little, I guess, kind of a unit that he had tried to rent, but it's not a landlord situation where somebody else owns the property.
Has this property been condemned?
The one unit has. We have been working with Mr. Kling to get his other items
Who's
fixed,
late?
which he has not.
Obviously.
Well, here's somebody, Moto G Play, which may be.
Moto G play.
You know, he's got a good phone, so it's got to be good. Welcome, everybody. We got a case. Like I said, we used to say 2 p.m., but we're sticking pretty good to this 1 o'clock thing, which I think is working out pretty good. And we get that 2 hours in, which is crazy because it's a long time, but it goes by so fast.
It really does.
It really does. Typically, we're jumping between, the live stuff, which we will hear soon. I wanted to play you this one from yesterday. TJ looks really high in this one, by the way.
Oh, he's super chill. Like super. This is super chill TJ. His friends
Here,
just
but
call
not
him
here.
Jay.
All right,
Just
everybody's jumping in. We're ready to go. We'll try to shut up as usual and not talk as much, or at least we always can pause too. There's that. But the dude's getting ready to jump in here pretty soon, and it gets pretty good.
Is there anything we need to know? Like this is
You're
landlord tenant type stuff?
You're gonna get the whole thing. It's a zoning issue.
Oh, zoning. Cool.
Yeah, you'll get the whole setup, and you'll get a real quick idea of who we're dealing with this guy.
Oh, the Punisher. Well, he's walked in the room already
Punisher,
making a
Judge.
statement.
TJ, it's the Punisher, Judge.
Is that him? This cool dude.
Good afternoon, sir. Are you Michael Kling?
It's the Punisher, Judge. Yeah, shut up.
Turn up your mic, Punisher.
Nancy, it happens.
It's all right. It happens from time to time. Knox does it all the time.
Yeah. No spoilers, Sean.
I need to unmute your microphone.
There it goes.
Good afternoon, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Are you Michael Kling?
I am.
All right, would you please have
Absolutely.
Again, you're in court.
All right, you're late for your hearing. Let's pretend like we're having a court hearing where people are respectful. Will you please take your hat off?
Yep.
All right, for 3 o'clock, we've been sitting here for 5 minutes waiting for you to show up. You got cited on 6 separate occasions for a property at
Just you.
303 South Nottawa Street. for multiple violations of the Sturgis zoning enforcement.
I'm sorry. One last thing before we get going. I forgot during the OG show to show you my new glass that I got.
Oh, did you steal it from old Chicago?
No, we don't have any old Chicago's, but pizza and a pint, dude. That's big history for the Credence and Bishop show. Just so you know.
Very nice.
Is it a are you guys is there something wrong with the old YouTubes?
Oh, great. That's all we need.
Huh.
Hmm.
Yeah, lots of stuttering. Oh, YouTube's after them.
Definitely not us. Let me look at it. We'll hold up for a second so we don't get. Why is it doing that? Creed's playing it, by the way. Don't nobody look at me.
Oh yeah,
right
no,
now.
that's not Mikey or us. I can tell everything's all right on our end. Are you guys on where you at on the P chart?
The P chart. That's a hell of a glass, my friend. Let's see here. I'm looking at it on the YouTubes.
There you go. Crown Town did a good test. That gives you an idea. I haven't watched any lives today, so. That's what it feels like when you get a Creed frame. Well, you got a live feed up over there. Let me see what they look like. Is that up?
Yeah, that's up. They're just sitting around, but it's
Yeah,
up.
nobody's doing anything, so you can't really tell.
You got Carlos in the corner. He's kind of active.
Thank you.
I'm looking at it, but it doesn't look bad.
No.
I mean, I don't know what people are talking about. Why it's doing that for them.
Well, there's certainly enough of you to know there's an issue.
You do understand we keep pausing it.
I
It's not
I don't think all of them would be
confused.
that confused. I'm on a hard line. All right. Well, let us know if it's you guys seem to say it's a little bit better. Let us know if it does any good. We'll jump into it though. Sorry. Out of our hands. I mean, it always could be a StreamYard thing. Them sending it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Checking.
It was buffering, went out, came back in. That's probably best thing to do too, is to jump out and come back in. I was thinking.
These are facts.
But it's okay now.
All right, let's get on into it then.
The Zooms are buffering. The Zooms are buffering. All right. Yep. Just let us know.
Would you please raise your right hand? I put Mr. Pritchard under oath. Might as well swear you too. You
All right.
raise your right hand.
Oh, that's
Yep.
my left.
All right, I can't see it, but I'll take your word for it. You swear or affirm any testimony you're about to give here will be true to the best of your knowledge and belief.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you. Where are you now? At 303 South Nottawa?
Yes.
The Bat Cave. Nice hair.
I was about to ask Mr. Pritchard whether this property had been condemned.
I can
It
tell
looks
by the look of it.
dangerous in about 19 different ways. Mr. Pritchard, what's the status of that?
As I was saying, we were working with Mr. Kling on bringing these items into compliance, and he has not. I went by there last week to
Do you think that he cooks his burgers with a lot of beef jerky and Doritos?
I feel like his house is a lot. His entire house is like the stovetop at our good friend Cobb's.
There's my favorite right there. Yes, Keith.
Lots of zoning.
By the looks of the house, I don't see what they mean.
condemn the house, and he had told me at that time he was working with an electrician to get the electrical fixed, and he was supposed to have it done by last Monday, which he did not.
Uh-oh.
Waiting on state inspector.
I had reached out to the electrical contractor, and he said he was called off by Mr. Kling to come over to do the work, but they still came over to his house, knocked on the door, and left a card that same day.
I haven't received the card. I haven't seen him. I've
I
been waiting for Violet to show up. I've been waiting for a state
Is
inspector to show up.
Is this a single-family dwelling?
Yes, it is.
It's a
It's a
two-family dwelling, sir.
It's a compound.
Right on the north side.
Yeah.
Apartment where?
On the north side at 303 and a half.
It's all a single legal description, Your Honor.
2 weeks.
See, TJ, what do you like
Separate
this?
Citations. I guess we could go through them one by one. But
Yeah, TJ totally notices what's going on. The judge, of course, is doing his job and not staring at, watching him. One thing I just love about TJ Reed is his facial expressions. He doesn't really hide anything, and he's one to throw right out what's going on. A definite mouth breather. Yes, Laura in Michigan. Michael reminds me of Jim from the show Taxi. Poop stains on the door. Not surprised. I bet he's flung a little around like
He's punched a couple holes in the wall there.
what's his name there? Famous concert in Orlando, threw poop at everybody and
Yes. Yes, of course. Who
ran out naked into the streets.
At this
Conway
point,
Twitty.
procedurally wise, Mr. Kling was issued these summons and complaints on October the 15th.
This place is on fire.
2021.
Smoke.
He has never responded, never contacted the court. I contacted the court. The court was behind. He had almost 90 days to even respond. He never did. Mr. Kling is in default on all of these actions.
Actually, I had the building's been removed. Most
Can
of the
I-
garbage has been.
just a minute, Mr. Kling, I'll give you a chance to speak too.
Yeah.
And so the issue is, I mean, he's responsible for the action as he's defaulted on those. He's not filed any motion or pleadings or otherwise per court rule to set aside or remove the default. And at this point, they're still in violation. What we're simply asking the court for today is an order of compliance that he bring these into compliance within 30 days. If they're not brought into compliance within 30 days of today's date, the city may, at their discretion, cause the remediation of any hazardous condition or repairs be made and the same be placed on the tax roll, as well as cleaning the property. There's a number of vehicles there. I believe pictures were attached
No,
to
those
some
are gone.
files. And so that's what we're asking for today. I mean, the city's been more than willing to work with Mr. Kling. If you can see, October 15th to March 9th, it is quite a bit of time to work with him on this. And they're still, I mean, the city
Yeah,
has
I
worked
have
with
been
him.
over here. A lot is done.
But and if it's done, then the city will sign off on it at this point.
Well,
but we're-
Mr. Kling, another thing we don't do during court is smoke.
Now you knew that was coming. Just watch him. He doesn't just put it out. It's one of my favorite parts of this.
I know.
Please
I
Put your
apologize. Your
cigarette
Honor.
out.
That is strike 3.
I think maybe in the future, I better have you come live and in person. Then
That's
you'll
fine.
get Time and you won't wear a hat and you won't smoke and.
No,
All right,
I not.
so there's 6 separate
Okay.
counts. Each ticket
Watch it.
contains a number of photographs showing what deplorable condition this property is on the inside and out. There are there appear in the photographs to be electrical violations, plumbing violations, mechanical violations. It looks like a fire waiting to start, sanitary violations. I think one of the
TJ.
pictures shows a generator on the inside of the house.
Oh,
Filthy bathrooms. The outside,
he's living off the grid, bud.
Hiroshima, after August 6th, the ground is scorched of any vegetation. There are junk vehicles all over the place. Some may be operative, some may be not. Those pictures.
I don't know if he mentions it again or he did previously, but it looks like the dude just takes a blowtorch to all the weeds and grass and anything that's growing there, because he mentioned it a couple of times
Scorched earth.
that everything is just burnt.
He's dropping napalm in the backyard. It's all gone, Your Honor. I burned everything.
You got to watch closer. After he gets yelled at, he finishes it, though. He does this a couple of times, and he kind of...
Yeah, I see him. He's got it in his hand.
Yeah.
He refuses to waste that smoke.
Major slob.
Pictures were taken some time ago. So this property didn't get this way overnight. To expect him to accomplish this in 30 days, maybe a bit unrealistic.
Your Honor,
Right.
a lot of
Mr.
that
Clay.
stuff's been taken care of.
I can tell the court that prior to this action, the city had been in contact with Mr. Kling through Mr. Schweitzer almost a year prior, warning of this type of action coming forward.
I have all this shit done, and you just keep going.
All right, well, we're going to give you 30 days, and then we'll see what the status of it is.
Well, the plumbing's been done.
Who lives there, Mr. Kling?
I do.
Just you?
Yeah, me and my dog. But can I say anything, or is this just going to be a railroad me? I don't think
we
I
haven't done
can.
anything yet, but yeah.
Well, I know we haven't.
Okay, go ahead. What do you want to tell me?
All the cars have been removed. Let me see. The building they wanted taken out is out. Most of the yard's cleaned up. My plumbing's finished. All the other bullshit's done. I got railroaded by a bunch of little assholes here in town that fucked up my property and my house. And I'll go right along with the city. I'm not thrilled.
I decided I'm going to re-rack that so you can watch TJ's face.
I'm busy writing so many things feverishly.
Assholes, F word, bullshit, shit. He's doing good so far.
Not thrilled. Assholes here in town that fucked up my property and all the cars.
Watch TJ's face. Watch.
We haven't.
Okay, go ahead. What do you want to tell me?
All the cars have been removed. Let me see. The building they wanted taken out is out. Most of the yard's cleaned up. My plumbing's finished. All the other bullshit's done. I got railroaded by a bunch of little assholes here in town that fucked up my property and my house. And I'll go right along with the city. I'm not thrilled. I am not thrilled.
Well,
Sitting here listening to this shit.
That makes two of us. Mr. Kling,
I bet it does.
If you curse one more time, I'm going to find you in contempt and order you be incarcerated. So we're in a court hearing. Don't drop the F-bomb. Don't swear. I can understand. If you were here, I would have already had you taken out the back door by the bailiff. This is a court hearing. You're treating it like a discussion over the kitchen table. I have my robe on. This is being recorded.
I apologize.
You wear a hat, smoking a cigarette, you show up late, and you're cursing in my courtroom.
He's hitting them all.
Try to have a little more decorum here, especially since you're the defendant and you're asking for some consideration from me. Mr. Reed asked for a compliance order that I give you 30 days. 30 days in March and April is tough.
After all of that, now he's going to go into talking about, March and April in Michigan is not good, especially when you're outside working. It gives him even more time. You can't be more chill with such a dick like Michael King.
He's really on it. The clinker.
What else do you have to do?
I got to go to the dump a couple times. I got some stuff I got to take in yet. And I got a little bit of electrical left in it yet.
Is that his diplomas on the wall?
It sounds like you've made some progress. All right, I'm going to give you a little more than
talking about Kling.
Today is we're going to continue this to April 27th. Mr. Reed, you may submit a compliance order. The defendant is in default.
7 days.
Plenty of time.
And the one thing I did request in there, Your Honor, I guess I did not address, just asking for judicial convenience that all the cases be joined under one. So they can be done in one order. I can use the same caption, but.
Yes, that's fine.
Thank you. And I will do a master compliance order listing all of the complaint numbers or the court numbers on there.
She never called in who's handsome.
She chickened out.
She did.
So the court will have that until April 27th.
Let's see what he can accomplish by the end of April. And if we get the property in compliance, everybody wins. City of Sturgis is better off. He's better off.
Hey, Larry.
Larry.
So I'm going to continue this to 2 p.m. on April 27th.
For you.
Does that work for you, Mr. Kling?
Fantastic.
That's a lot of time.
Works for me. I'll have an order submitted via the 7-day rule, Your Honor.
All right, let's see what you can accomplish. You shall allow an inspection after April 20th.
Absolutely.
I can only imagine the smell in that
No.
place.
If somebody other than you and your dog lived there, I might be more strict. But I'm
Right.
giving you some leniency since you're the only one there.
One hot plate on top of a broken stove or 2 hot plates?
Your dog doesn't have any choice.
Oh, one.
Griddle?
But I don't want this house burning down or blowing up or, yes?
There is an issue. One of the issues is the 303 and a half, the half side, which is the other dwelling that Mr. Kling does not reside in, that it's kind of the apartment portion, has been tagged by the city as uninhabitable. The city is intending to tag Mr. Kling's 303 based on the electrical and the plumbing violations. And
Burning down the house. Sorry.
There because none of those inspections have been cleared and they deem them an imminent safety hazard. So we have no problem with him being on the property to fix the property and working on the property. But as far as residing there and running that generator, the city does have issue with that and it plans on tagging it and placarding it for the property maintenance code.
And what generator?
National code.
Well, that'll be
What generator? Oh, here's
I mean, he already said they have pictures of like the
that
generator inside the house running.
I mean, it's fairly obvious he doesn't have proper heat. He's sitting there in a very heavy coat,
Yes.
bundled up,
Yeah.
with one strange light appears behind him with no lampshade whatsoever. Naked bulb.
that was done already, but it isn't. So
Well,
I'm
and,
giving
and,
you
I,
40
and I appreciate that, but I think in the city's defense, Your Honor, they've heard a lot of what Mr. Kling has told the court today in the past, and none of it's come true. So this has been, I've been involved in this case.
Dropping the hammer, TJ
So-
Reed.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Mr. Kling, I'm going to set this for further hearing for April 27th at 2 p.m.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
And I'll give you a
Sheet.
little more than 45 days to see if we can get this compliant. The problem is, I just learned this at the same time you did, the city may be, in essence, condemning your house until
Well,
some of those things are done because it's
The only thing I'm
electrical
waiting on,
hazard.
I was waiting on the state inspector. I never called off any appointment. I've been waiting for these guys
All
to
right.
show up.
I'm not
they
sure where
never
that's
came.
going, but
Sure.
this part will be April 27th.
Sure, Jan.
Thank you, Your
All
Honor.
6 complaints will be joined in one order.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Kling, do you work days? Am I taking you away from your shift or anything?
No, I work in the afternoon.
All right, here you go.
Where?
See you at 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock on the 27th. Okay, thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Damn, he's hard out.
I'm sure there's more to come here.
Always is.
All right, thank you.
Thank
That
you.
was
Your
a
Honor.
hard out from him. He's like, I'm
I-
done, son.
Preliminary examination
That sure was.
will be set for April
I
5th.
I enjoyed that just because of the outburst, but so much else happened. It's through the-
Oh my God,
You
just the ins and outs of that
is before
case.
next fresh hour.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Bond continue.
Back to live over at Honorable J. Cedric Simpson.
What is that
For those
photo
days,
on the
people versus
wall? The
Patrick
painting
Thorne.
behind iPhone 5.
Is
Name?
that
Question mark.
First Assistant Public Defender Clinton Anderson with and on behalf of Mr. Thorne.
Instead of-
Mr. Thorne, please state your name.
Patrick Thorne.
Your Honor, today's the
It's a
for
day
our
of great
press
hair.
conference.
Patrick Thomas coming in with the
I
great
am
hair
under
as
state
well.
law one violation in this case.
Wow.
And I know the
Wow,
court is
yeah.
aware, but for the record, the defendant was first placed on conditions in October 2021. He tested positive for THC, cocaine, and amphetamines.
Oh,
2 tests
Nice.
positive for
Not
all
him.
3 of those substances in October. November, 2 tests.
Thank you, thank you.
Mr. Brown, you're not muted.
Oh, shit.
2 tests positive for those substances in November for THC, I should say, 1 for cocaine, another with an abnormal creatinine level. Continued positive tests for THC.
Shimmy, shimmy, y'all.
And
shimmy,
most
shimmy,
recently
yeah.
on February 24th, he had a positive test for THC and cocaine. And then on March the
Parties,
8th,
huh?
he missed
He
his
loves a party.
sample in this case, the court had previously cautioned the defendant about testing positive and
these samples
had
are the
warned
same.
him a
Just take
positive
the
that he
first
was
one.
not to be using cocaine. That admonishment happened on February the 3rd. He has been adjourning this case for several months. So at this point, I am requesting that the court revoke his bond and remand him to the custody of the Washtenaw County Jail pending any further hearing.
Your Honor, may I speak?
Yes, it's a bad idea, but go
Ms.
ahead.
Anderson?
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, unfortunately, I've not had a chance to make any contact with any substantive contact anyway with Mr. Thorne. I am in receipt of the bond violation report. It does indicate that there was a relapse and that he was to get back in contact with CCOP.
Definitely.
I don't have any further information as to whether he's made that contact
I just
since
blew
the
it up.
date of this report.
Your
If anybody
client
wants to
wanted talk. I don't know what you.
screenshot that and blow it up.
I would advise Mr. Thorne not to address the specifics of the violations.
Okay, yes.
If there's something else that you wish to address, Mr. Thorne, then we can move forward from there.
No, yes, I was released from prison in
No,
October
yes.
of 2021. I've been out of jail since then. I haven't had any police contact yet.
DB
I
is right.
did have a relapse. I'm not running from the state. I have a whole nother case that I'm dealing with that I'm on bond for. The reason I wasn't able to get back with Brad was because the violation had came as in it was before I asked. It was.
Is this a guy we've seen before sucking his thumb?
I have class today. It's not like I'm running from the
Patrick!
state or anything like that. I'm dealing with it in my own way. I have a lot going on.
It
I'm
has
trying
to
get my
be.
life together. Period.
It's got to be him.
I'm not running from the state at all. Period. I just had court the other day, and for this case, I'm trying to come. I really want to waive my preliminary examination and try to find a global resolution because I'm going to have Darlene O'Brien.
Gotta be.
All right, look. Grand reality, you don't stop using, you're gonna end up going back to prison.
Lynn, it's too hard
That's
to see,
grand
but
reality.
iPhone 5 down there.
What
Just
I'm
look
gonna
at his
do in this
payment.
case is
You're right.
his probable cause, I'll adjourn it out 1 week.
I knew it looked familiar.
9 a.m. I will indicate, sir, that I am revoking your bond. I did admonish you. You continue to use. The only thing that I would add, which makes it worse for you, is that when the cocaine disappeared, at least as a positive test, you had abnormal creatinine, which this court considers to be a positive. So
What's
you've been using a whole
creatinine?
lot more.
Is that like
when
a
the cocaine
cover-up
shows
drug?
up. So you need to report to the
Gosh, I
Washtenaw
don't
County
know.
Jail by 6 p.m. this evening. If you fail to report, a bench warrant will issue for your arrest. And
So I need to go
guarantee
report
you're
today?
covered. You need to report to the Washtenaw County Jail by 6 p.m. today.
Okay.
If you fail to report, so that you know, I'll issue a bench warrant for your arrest with no bond, and you can bank on it that I'm going to come get you.
Personally.
Okay, yes, sir. No problem. I'm gonna report.
Right. And then I set it for next week. Thank you.
I know what creatine is, but it didn't sound like you said that.
I don't think it was creatine. It was something else that.
Jessica Blanchard on behalf of people.
Which he said
Good
if
afternoon,
that's
Your Honor.
present,
Public Defender
then
Chinasi
he
Kiri
felt like that's
Ruling
a
on behalf of
positive
Mr. Jimmy
pop for
Tressel.
the coke as well.
I don't think Patrick's gonna make it either.
You see him start running. Yeah, I'll turn myself in tonight. So
You're right there.
Yeah, this old Patrick.
Your Honor,
the
I have
thumbsucker.
had contact with Mr. Trussell as recent as this morning, and I think I did see him logged in at one point in time. If the court could pass this matter, I can try and give him another call and see exactly what's going on.
Well,
Why does Carlos keep showing his roommate or
he's
husband?
missing
Good
his
question. I
tap
don't know.
consistently.
He's habitual line stepper.
At least it appears he's testing shortly thereafter, but he needs to test within the windows. I don't know why he's not here.
He's at home taking a piss test.
I can give him a call right now, Your Honor. I spoke with
Right
him
now,
this
like
morning.
this
I
second.
did see him logged in earlier, and
When you call him, tell him he's got a bench warrant.
Ooh.
Bench warrant will for defendant's failure to appear, bonds at the amount of $10,000. Cash surety.
Wow. Wow.
Thank you, but I meant the boobs underneath. You still can see them.
Oh,
great.
oh, wow.
Instead of immediately.
She
So
was
I'll
like,
wait
let
till
me just call him, Your
tomorrow so
Honor,
you
and
can
I'll
get
have him
to it.
here. Yeah, when
So
you
you
call
can
him, let
get
him know
this
he's got a
record.
bench warrant,
Thank you.
$10,000 bond. Failure to appear, baby.
For cause case, people versus Tania Ware.
Wow.
Thank you, Sansa.
I love Patrick. He's a good dude.
Anderson with an
He's got
behalf
some
of Ms.
coke
Ware.
problems,
Mr.
but he's a good
Impeachment.
dude.
Tiana Ware.
Who that?
And Your Honor, in this matter, we've had a chance to review some videos. I've asked Ms. Blance to see if there was some additional videos
Hello,
showing
Mr.
me
Ware.
getting an initial contact with my client. She's agreed to do so. So I would ask for an adjournment of the probable cause conference, and I would ask that the offer remain open until we've had a chance to review that video.
Hello.
Hello.
Seriously.
Seriously?
All right.
Hello.
Who is that? You found him? iPhone 5?
Hello.
You know, he knows where the mute button is. I'll adjourn this one to April 7th, 2022, 9 a.m. Probably one of Anderson's.
I'm
Bye.
sorry.
April
Just
7th, Your Honor.
isolate that for the
Yes,
opener.
April 7th. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll be in touch, Ms. Ware.
Okay.
Hello.
They always call my name and they don't see me. That's what I'm telling you.
Oh.
Who is that?
It don't matter who's doing it. I'm just trying to get it over with.
Now he's interrupting my court. Who is? What page do you have him on?
Oh, this dude.
Your Honor, if I
Sir,
may.
the gentleman who has a picture framed in the back. You keep
Hello.
interrupting my proceedings. iPhone 5. What is your name? What is your name, sir?
Jimmy.
Jimmy what?
Russell.
Look at the attorney up there.
He didn't answer. We'll have to get his file back. You need to stay muted and quit talking and interrupting the proceedings. I'll call your case back because right now you have a bench warrant because you didn't answer. So I don't think you want to say anything to me. I'm telling you, I'll get your file back. I'll get your file back.
I'm on the phone trying to do it now. I don't know how to do this that good.
That's apparent. So you may want to try to call or talk to you. I'll tell you what I'm going to do.
Breakout room.
Gary and Mr. Trussell, put him into a breakout room. She can teach him or try to tell him how he needs to conduct himself in my courtroom.
Thank you so
And
much.
that
Your Honor.
way I will try to get the file back. And then in that way, he doesn't walk around with a warrant.
I appreciate
Put
that.
him
Your
into a breakout room.
I believe when he was originally called.
Calls
Not
the case, People versus Lavelle,
that
Washington.
moment.
Nimish Ganatra, First Assistant Prosecuting Attorney for the People.
Assistant Public Defender Melissa
Okay.
Freeman on behalf of Mr.
Hi.
Washington, and he is at one of our
Hi.
points. It looks like he's muted and trying to figure that out. In the meantime, while he's doing that, though, Mr. Washington does not have a phone number that works.
Hang on a second.
Okay. he
Just
walked
jumped
away.
up. He's like,
All right.
Mr.
Fist bump?
Washington, we're talking to you.
I know
Uh,
they had to send in.
Judge Simpson, can I get a fist bump,
I'll address that.
please? Dude, come on. Judge Simpson, come
I tried to catch Mr. Washington. Whew,
on. He's back.
he's quick.
Can I have one fist bump, please? Hello?
Hello?
All
Hello?
right, he's unmuted. Sir, state your
Hello?
name.
Hello, my name is Larzell O'Neill Washington, not Lavelle.
Hi, Larzell.
And good morning. Afternoon, rather.
They misspelled his
You
name.
hear me?
Putting it in form.
I can hear you.
Okay.
Hello?
Okay.
Huh? Well, then act like you can hear
And
me.
Your Honor, I haven't had a chance to speak with Mr. Washington. He does not have a phone that works. If we could just get the adjournment. And sir, I would need you to give a call to the public defender's office.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't have a phone.
would
Mr.
you be,
Washington, I will
if you had to
adjourn
deal
your
with
matter
this?
out
Oh, he's in rare form
March
today.
24th, 2022 at 9 a.m. This bond at this moment will continue. Mr. Washington, I'm going to give you
Look,
one
they changed his
warning.
name to Larzell.
Yeah, they
My
Question mark.
staff at this court and the clerks here work very hard to try to serve the public. They work very hard to make sure that everybody that comes in, particularly in the time of this pandemic where people are operating by Zoom, and those that don't know how to use the technology, that they have access to the courts and they do that. I
Okay.
received it. Hold on.
Okay.
Because I received a report, and I don't receive it very often, from my clerk's office that you were very rude to them.
Okay.
And that you were, just hold it. And that you were very rude to them. They will help you in any way they possibly can. I do notice that what you have in there helping you is a court security officer, which leads me to the conclusion that the clerks kind of gave up. So I'm going to leave you with this warning before we see you on the 24th. That if you show up and you're rude to my clerks again, the person that's helping you now, those court security officers, will be taking you into custody.
All right,
I will
excuse me.
not have it.
All right, excuse me.
Am I understood?
Not really, because that's not the truth.
Oh, sorry, Carol.
I did not get rude with no one. And somebody woke up on the bad side of the bed. The first clerk, young lady, is a beautiful person. The other clerk, young lady, had an attitude. So, you know, realistically, that's not the truth. So I'm not going to admit to something that's not the truth.
Okay, then yeah, I've given you my warning.
Okay,
I've
well,
given you, no, so you want to fight with me? Yeah, that
no,
battle
you
you
just
lose.
you evicted me.
Please, send those deputies in.
For what?
Oh
What
shit!
if you want me to
No, no,
apologize?
no.
I'll apologize.
Your Honor, could Mr. Hyman and Mr. Washington have a breakout room?
Yeah.
I'm hey, if he want
You want to go in there with them?
Hey,
You better all go in there.
What hat is he wearing?
Because they're on their way down there now.
I saw them leave the courtroom to go get him.
Miss Cleveland, Mr. Washington, and Miss Gaines into a breakout room.
Oh, they gonna get him?
Yeah, they
They're
just.
gonna lock him
I've
up?
seen the
Cadell,
courtroom
Wells Cadell, please,
attendants
while we're in the
leave.
breakout room.
Yes.
Thank you.
God, today is not a day to fool with Judge Cedric.
Oh boy, he better. You know what? Mute him before, because he's going to end up getting himself locked up.
Say something, Lizelle.
Okay, which you wanted me to pass.
Gazelle's gonna say something.
Yeah. So my next
Oh, he's mad, boy.
court calls case of People versus James Wilson.
I'll be
David
like,
Sinatra, first assistant prosecuting
can I
attorney
please
for the
not be
people.
seen today?
Ron Brown appearing on behalf of James Wilson, Your Honor.
James Wilson.
Your Honor, I'm requesting an adjournment. I've been in contact with CMH and confirmed that he has an appointment on March.
Keep eye on that
15th at 10
screen
a.m.
down
I
there.
spoke with the supervisor, Kelly, this morning.
Oh, there he is.
Unfortunately, there is not an authorization for release of information on file. But because of the referral, I'm asking the court to adjourn this matter.
Oh, okay. So he's got an appointment at CMH on the 15th.
Yes, Your Honor. It's at 10:30.
Does his
Okay,
attitude
here's
change
what I'll
when he
do.
comes back from the breakup?
So that you can
Or does
get
it
that
just-
information. And
I
do
don't
any
think he
other
comes back at
follow-up.
all, to
I'll
be honest
adjourn
with
the
you.
probable cause to the 7th. 9 a.m. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
That's what I was gonna
Well,
say. Can you imagine?
Oh,
I
we're
I
done?
wouldn't be in a good mood dealing
I'll
with one
call
of
you.
them. He's
April
getting a warning.
7th.
I-
Okay, Mr. Wilson, you
to
hear
the
that?
dude not to be a dick.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
One problem after the other
call
today
that
with
one.
these guys.
You gotta
I can
imagine
call
what
is
those people deal with on a
Trussell
daily
of
basis. For
Illinois
them to
Breakout
actually
Room
note and come and say something
And that's
about somebody being rude has to be a lot.
Right. So Mr. Washington had already been in, they one after the other, wanting nothing to do with him. Thank you for the two bones.
To what?
I'm sorry, $2.
But yeah, I don't blame him being in a terrible mood. I can imagine.
Oh, he is beyond pissed. But I don't think Washington's coming back. We'll see. But I don't-
Somebody will come in and cheer him all up. It does
The one
happen.
that we had to send into a breakout.
Some
room.
fine young attorney.
That's all I have for this block. Okay, so
He's about to take a
when
timeout.
Mr. Carey and
see.
Ms. Gaines and Ms. Kleeman come back with their clients. Actually, I don't need them.
Yeah, he is. Let me jump over here to Judge O'Brien.
Oh, I haven't seen her in a while.
Yeah.
She muted everybody?
Yeah, what's happening?
Damon Rush, big rig driver.
Big rig. I'll tell you what, I'm going to run out, check the traffic and weather together real quick. Doesn't seem.
Can we wait and see if something happens here before you leave? Because I'm having to jump around.
You go ahead and pull up the next. I see Judge Simpson did just take. See, now we've been doing this so long, we're starting to catch clues as to how this stuff works.
Mm-hmm.
Just an update to Carol's ex-husband. Only married 6 weeks back in 1976. What a glorious 6 weeks I'm sure that was.
Oh, I bet that was a doozy.
My God.
Creed, I'm not jumping to this one, but I just want to show you Bubbles, the attorney at law.
Yes, please. Okay. I just want to look at his office.
He does have a nice office. Look at those books up there.
Those are the biggest, thickest, girthiest.
Look at that jacket, son. Look at that jacket.
Yeah.
Woo, baby.
Okay, I have reviewed that report and
Oh.
I am satisfied that there is an appropriate factual basis from which I can accept your pleas. So, turning your attention, Mr. Lawson, to
Where's
the time
Roger?
period between June
Oh, it's
2nd
Jamie.
and 4th of 2021 in Ypsilanti Township, Washtenaw County, to count 1, assault with a dangerous weapon or felonious assault. How do you plead?
I did it.
And to added count 4, attempted resisting and obstructing of a police officer. How do you plead?
Oh, yeah.
No contest.
Do you believe I've complied with the court rules, counsel?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
I accept your pleas. I find them to be knowingly, voluntarily, and understandably made.
Hi, Abigail.
You can set your
Abigail.
sentencing
Have
for
a seat.
March 31st.
You better take off
at
now while you got a chance.
1:30.
Yes.
Court does
Do
accept
you
all
want
monetary
to
obligations to be paid at the
stick
time of
with
sentencing.
Miss O'Brien?
At that time, I will
Of course.
be
Let's stay
asking
right here
if
while I'm
you
looking
are,
for something else.
I'll
granting your
BRB.
constitutional right to an in-person sentencing. So that's something that you'll need to discuss with your attorney prior to that time. If you're interested in proceeding by Zoom video due to the ongoing health crisis. Anything further, counsel?
Are you
No,
sure?
Your Honor. No, thank you, Your Honor.
All
Okay,
right, then.
So we
We
will see
shall
you in
move
3
on.
weeks, Mr. Lawson. And Mr. Overwater, do you want to be part of the
Harold?
interview?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Good to
Okay.
see you.
Okay,
Terrell?
thank you.
Pretty sure I said that right. Haley, how was the job at the restaurant going?
3 and 4, People versus Sadie Nagadan. Case numbers 2336 FH 18184 FH 18.
Can we really put all those words together, Haley, where they make sense? A legit site to sell your underwear?
Good
Does
afternoon,
this
Your
mean
Honor.
that-
Marshall Vincent on behalf of Mr. Nagadan, who is in custody.
Okay, good afternoon. Good to see you, Mr. Vincent. Just
Nice
a
seeing you.
moment. Let me
Nice.
catch up with my files here.
Ah, it's Mr. Vincent back. Attorney at law. Been a while, Mr. Vincent. He was sick. Me and him have a book background battle going later on.
Okay,
It's nice
Yeah.
to see you.
thank you.
Oh, no.
Thank you. So, do we have Mr. Nagadan? Yes, there you are. or Ms. Would you raise your right hand to be sworn?
Swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Could you please state your name for our record?
Health crisis.
Good afternoon, Mr. Nagadan. You're before the court on allegations that you violated your probation. The maximum potential penalty is either 5 or 4 years, depending on which of the 3 cases. Excuse me. And you're entitled to a contested evidentiary hearing. So the allegations are essentially the same. They're exactly the same in 2 of the cases, but on the carrying a concealed weapon case, they don't have one of the 5 allegations. So the 5 allegations that are common to the other 2 cases are that you were not to violate any criminal law of any unit of government, and according to the Westland Police, they were doing surveillance on February 9th, 2022 at 3757 Mildred, Wayne, Michigan, and you exited the residence and got into a 2005 GMC Sierra. A traffic stop was conducted where they found a knotted baggie of suspected fentanyl from the center council, and you were placed under arrest. The search team apparently went to the house to execute a search warrant and confiscated several illegal narcotics, including alleged crack cocaine, prescription pills, a baggie of fentanyl, a gallon bag of methamphetamine, a Glock 26 handgun, 3 Glock magazines, 9mm ammo, $33,000, U.S. mail with your name on it, hospital prescription paperwork with your name on it. And it's further alleged that that you told the officers that all of the illegal drugs recovered from the house were yours, and that you earn about $1,000 per week from selling illegal drugs, and that you knew that the handgun, the Glock, was in the house, and that the $33,000 was your profit from selling illegal drugs.
Damn.
And then the next
Just squealing on
allegation is that per the Canton Police Department report, on 12/28/21, a traffic stop was conducted on 2005 GMC Sierra in the area of Ford Road and Nolson Avenue.
Wow.
You were the
I
driver.
hate to see a
of
young
that
entrepreneur like himself be taken down like this.
You stepped out of the vehicle, consented to a search,
Holy
and the
crap.
officers found a baggie, plastic baggie of suspected heroin inside your left pocket of your jacket. You were arrested, and the Michigan State Police lab report dated January 19th, 2022, says that the plastic bag contained 0.9801 grams of fentanyl. The next allegation is that you were not to possess any controlled substances unless prescribed. However, according to that Westland Police report, that was, I presume, the February 9th, 2022 incident. You allegedly possessed fentanyl, crack cocaine, prescription pills, and methamphetamine.
Good point.
And it's further alleged that you possessed fentanyl.
Hi, James.
And then count 4 alleges
Just
that
tired.
You possessed a Glock 26 handgun, 3 Glock magazines, and 9mm of ammunition. And that is the one
9mm of ammunition?
Not on the carrying a concealed
No.
weapon warrant request. And then finally, on the 2 other cases,
Say what you will, but this young man has been hustling.
Common to all 3 of the cases. You were to notify probation immediately of any change of address. However, it's alleged that you failed to do so, and that it's alleged that the Westland police claimed that you told them that you had been living at 3757 Mildred, Wayne, Michigan for the past 3 months. So, at this time, Mr. Vincent,
The
how do you
sounds
wish
of
to
jail.
proceed?
Not guilty, Your Honor.
We are requesting an evidentiary hearing.
Case
And if I could elaborate a little bit, I just got involved in this case. The information I have coming out of the Wayne, Michigan address of 29, excuse me.
Hey, stay tuned, TV. Nice talking to you last night.
Oh, very nice talking to you last night.
Mildred Street in Wayne is not his residence.
No, I hope not.
It belongs to a lady named Renette Korea, Korea. It's her house. He does go over there and stays once in a while, but he doesn't live there.
It's her house, so
furthermore,
her
this case,
her stuff.
I intend to challenge this on every step of the way.
Uh-oh.
Why'd they stop him from leaving a house that they were looking at? What was the reason for the traffic stop? There appears to be, with my interview of my client,
His hair really is looking great.
I think it was yesterday, he was coerced into making statements with threats.
Oh.
I intend to challenge every step of this.
Oh wow, he went out and got this dude who's obviously a real legend in the area.
At an appropriate time, I'd like to address that. The more I get into this case in Wayne, Michigan, the more questions I have of the legality of every step that tried to hang all this stuff onto him. Thank you for listening to me.
Sure. Ms. Bachman, what is Judge Brown's next available hearing date?
March 16th at 1:30.
There were so many
So,
charges.
March 16th in
Uh,
front of Judge
good luck.
Brown at 1:30 on each of these 3 cases.
Look,
and
I
then
will say
as
this:
to bond.
it could all fall apart.
Yes, Your
if
Honor.
they didn't do
I do not believe
everything
that
exactly
tagging is a
right.
flight risk.
Oh yeah.
He came to my office yesterday. He was picked up, I believe, last night. I'm not sure where, at his house or wherever. And early or today, a friend, relative came and retained my services to represent him this afternoon. All these charges, I think, are contestable. He was coerced in making admissions about the dope and about the Glock firearm that did not, according to what he is saying, did not belong to him.
Makes sense. Yeah, that's
I
why
would like
she
for him to
probation
have
girls.
some type of reasonable bond and personal recognizance with drug testing, because I think that's the concern that all of us would be about. Also, with conditions, he stays away from Mildred Street. And
The whole
whatever
street.
else the court may deem appropriate.
Banned from a
for Mr.
street.
Nagadan. I've known him for a long time. He has some health issues right now. He can barely walk because he had injuries to both of his feet.
And he's a single mom.
So is he employed?
His feet?
I do not know at this time because I had a brief conversation with him yesterday. I think
did
he's
not
on some
discuss
type of
employment.
assistance due to his injuries that were involved in automobile. He was dragged by a car. And all the skin off his feet, both of them were basically burned off.
So where would he be living?
Where would you be living?
T, thank you. And
I mean, at home.
I might have missed somebody else. I am sorry.
1825 and Old Then. That's where I live.
Thank you for the stars.
Who dragged him behind a car?
My
Who do you
brother,
live with?
my mom lived around the corner, and me and my brothers stay in that house.
Okay, Mr. Dobie.
We have one of those drive-by
Your
windows.
Honor, I ask that
Your Honor.
this defendant be remanded until he can appear before Judge Brown next week.
Morning,
This
T.
is a
Thank you.
defendant who is on probation in 3 separate felony cases and is accused of possessing a substantial amount of drugs, a huge amount of money that he says, according to this, is profits from selling drugs, and a pistol. on any one of those things, I would ask you to remand him because of all three, and that he is on.
All right, so just to make this clear, all these things were found inside of a house he did not own.
So for those reasons,
can you say fall guy?
I did not go through his entire history, but there has been at least one prior bond violation. I'm sorry, probation violation in the most recent case. So I'm asking you to remand him. I'll further note that Judge Brown, who's been familiar with this defendant since these cases in 2018, is
can Michael Vincent get him released
on the warrants?
And in reviewing the notes in the file, it does appear that there were other violation of probations alleged in all three of the cases. Were you about to say something, Mr. Vincent?
Yes, I think it's crucially important with the information that the prosecutor is putting forth is that this raid at his girlfriend's house happened February 9th, a month ago. And
Sadie.
There's no warrant has been issued for anybody involved at the Mildred Street address in the city of Wayne. There's no warrant. So now we're going to have a hearing within a week where, number one, I'm going to be strapped to get the information from the Wayne Police Department and Westland Police.
Strapped, son.
Number two, probably when I go in front of Judge Brown, I'm going to ask for an adjournment until I can find out what's going on in Wayne County, in Wayne, Michigan. I believe Mr. Nagadan in the past has listened to me, and he comes in and checks with me. I don't have a problem with dealing with him. He would do what you, Your Honor, ask him to do with whatever appropriate regulations. I don't think he's a flight risk. And if we drug test him and he stay the hell off of drugs, excuse the language.
Well, in taking a further look over at the file, it does appear that there were a couple of bench warrants on the oldest case for failure. One was for failure to appear, and in the 18184 case, there were more than one violation of probations already. So given the seriousness of the original charges, as well as the seriousness of the allegations, I am going to remand you, Mr. Nagadan, until your hearing before Judge Brown on March 16th. You may be accurate in all of the things you're stating, Mr. Vincent, about the search and such. I don't know anything about that. So I will remand him, though, pending that hearing before Judge Brown.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's the panic room.
Wow. All right.
Mr. Nagadan, don't talk on the phone. The police are listening. You understand? One of us will be in to see you.
All right.
Oh, it's like shit from a movie.
No shit.
So
don't talk on the phone.
18 people versus Demand Rush.
So we're starting to understand why Vincent is such a legend when he was on with Cedric and.
What a pleasure to see Mr. Vincent back at it.
On behalf of Mr. Rush. Mr. Rush is also present, Your Honor.
Now, this is the complete opposite of Mr. Vincent.
Mr. Rush,
this attorney.
Can you hear us?
Yes. Yes.
Good. Today is the time and day.
So,
for the
if that
sentencing.
truly was all found in that house, you got a case there, I think.
So, Ms. Marable, have you?
But they're saying, it seems like he's saying there was no
Okay, because we
proper search and seizure.
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm trying to get my camera to start. Okay, here I go.
Here I go.
I love Carla already, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Attorney Aretha Franklin.
R-E-S-P-C-T.
Carla?
So, Mr. Rush, I see that you're in a motor vehicle. You are not driving?
I hope not. Not the way he's leaning across the wheel.
Mr. Rush, if you don't mind, can you please honk the horn twice for us?
Is
please.
vehicle.
Play.
Ms. Mirabal, if
Play.
you're having troubles with your camera, perhaps we can pass this matter.
Right behind Joseph's friend. That's the breakout room. That's where you go and you do the breakout. Have you heard about that? That's where it's at.
Stand by, Mr. Rush. We'll get back with,
Oh, nope.
yeah, we've lost you. So we'll get back with you.
John
Okay?
Jeffries.
Not a lot of faith when your attorney can't even work Zoom.
Supplemental number 1, People versus John Mark Jeffries, 21521 FC.
Michael Doby for the people.
Good afternoon, Judge Patrick Nineheist, P7
From what Mr. Vincent was saying, no.
In a car, but it's not moving.
So it'll be interesting.
So, Mr. Jeffries, good afternoon.
I mean, yeah, it's going to be a lot of good stuff.
Yes,
with
good
that case.
afternoon, Your Honor. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, sir. Would you raise your right hand to be sworn?
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing
I'm going to
but
have to BRB.
Go right ahead.
Please state your name for our record.
John Jeffries.
Sounds like a fake name, doesn't it?
Jeffries, you're before you can put your hand down now, thank you. You're before the court on allegations that you failed to appear for your circuit court pretrial on, I believe it was February 28th. And then there were 2 other dates as well that preceded that, February 7th and 14th, although those 2 dates were not mentioned on the warrant request. So you're entitled to a contested evidentiary hearing. Ms. Bachman, can you tell me when Judge Conlon's next available pretrial date is?
Monday, March 14th at 1:30.
Carla's back.
So any objection, Mr.
Back
Ninehouse,
again.
to my putting this case on for that date?
No, Judge, but I was going to ask, can we address the bond? Because I can tell you why it happened.
Okay, as to bond, Mr. Ninehouse. Oh, excuse me, Mr. Doby, 314 is
Carla's
that
back.
agreeable?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and that'll be at 1:30 in the afternoon before Judge Conlon.
Okay, Judge, can you tell me if that'll be in person or on Zoom?
I believe that he is still handling his docket by Zoom. Ms. Bachman, do you know that?
Correct, still by Zoom.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I just want to make sure. And I wanted to approach Judge to not put everything on the record about why the failure to appear had occurred.
Okay, so perhaps we could go into a breakout room.
Somebody
Ms.
pooped their
Bachman?
pants or something? What?
If possible. Thank you so much, Judge.
Okay.
He needs to talk to the judge privately.
All right. Well, the judge is gone. Are we still waiting on?
Yeah, we're waiting on Cedric still to come back, but I'm hoping and praying that Mr. William Hoff is wanted for stealing packages off of porch.
Yes.
Your Honor, I did not steal any packages off of anyone's porch.
Your Honor, I'm just using Ulysses using his office
Import,
for the day.
export,
He's an
yes.
importer, exporter.
And is is it Devious? Is Devious in a hospital that looks like some sort of medical screen?
Yeah, it does.
Is their name Devious? Am I reading that right?
That's what it says.
Devious. I mean, if your mom gives you that name, does she really love you as much as you think she does? Devious.
I think you guys are right about Cannibal Little. I think that's possible.
That's a scary guy right there.
No. Goff is the CEO of Vandalay Industries.
He heard you. He heard you.
He did. He just looked up. He didn't like. He doesn't like jokes.
He's not here for jokes.
Not a fan.
He's not here for the funny. He's definitely.
Just want to show you what Clark County looks like. Free water.
Free water. I wonder. Oh, hello, Judge. Judge looking good today.
Judge is it kind of looks like if you ever approach her bench, it's kind of like going to the wrong 7-Eleven in the wrong part of the town, if you know what I mean.
CB Sandy Show.
Hey, Sandy.
Sandy got a lot going on.
Paparazzi Jewelry, ladies and gentlemen, live on Facebook every night at 9 p.m.
A lot of stuff in there.
You see her
we got a man
display.
smoking named Harley.
Look at Lawson, who has a visor with CDs in it.
Who knew people
Betty
still
Boop.
had those?
Betty Boop, it is. Okay, this is a nice cast of characters here.
It really is.
I am ready.
See, I thought Cedric was going to be right back because he showed up for a second and then was gone immediately.
Keaton, I thought so too. In that room where there was like a giant pipe in the back, and we never got to see, or maybe we did, but Reuben, great name for him.
Sure, he doesn't want to be known as devious.
Did you see that? It's a whole visor.
He's got some CDs. What do you think he had up in there? You think he had some Matchbox 20?
Nickelback.
10 years?
Dude,
you got
she totally sells on Facebook. Look at her little mannequin piece there with like a scarf on it. She's got the jury. She's got some more necklaces and stuff. One of those people.
It should be sued for shitty jewelry. Alien Ant Farm, yes. He loved that cover of Smooth Criminal.
Is this okay? That's interesting. Vancouver, just across the river from Po Town, what we call Portland. What a beautiful area, as they say.
Real nice. A lot of nice girls there.
Interesting. I kind of want to stick here and see what happens. If anything. This looks like a good group to me.
It's a nice blend.
Show tune CDs. Oh my God. It's an actor. In Los Angeles, a movie guy. Dennis Hopper.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dennis Hooper. It's like a really cheap ripoff. Dennis Hopper. Dennis Hooper.
What's wrong with the paint over at Katharina's house? Did you see the discolorations?
Maybe she's just in the midst of having repairs done.
Hey, Mr. Wood, who are you here with?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Just nice.
Give you a heads up. So I'm here on Andrew Garish,
And I'm a sports fan.
but he will not be actually joining us this morning, and I can explain that on the record.
Okay.
Well, at least it's on the record. We don't have to break out for it.
Regular cream cheese or parking ticket? I can see that. Yeah, parking downtown to go get those expensive drinks.
I think he's been in a fight.
No, Reuben, not a day in his life. Dennis, maybe, but not Reuben.
Dennis is a psychopath.
Reuben, he would run away from any even small disagreement, no less a fight. Have you tried the whipped cream cheese, by the way? Very good. I like whipped cream cheese.
I did not care for it.
Taste isn't 100%, but the ease.
Oh, the ease, yes.
That's why he's got an extra O in his name. Oh, okay. Yeah, JG, I can see that actually. Huh. Now that you say that. Mikey might be right. I'm guessing that Katharina, maybe a fight with somebody at a like a business. I can see you saying like one thing to her that just pisses her off just that much, and she just goes crazy on you.
I feel like Dennis is zooming in from the front lines of the Ukraine.
He's at the war, Your Honor.
He looks very Ukrainian.
Do you think that Mikey's right about the fight? Now JG kind of changed my
Good morning. This
thoughts
is
a little
Judge
bit.
Langster. Who's calling in from the phone, please?
This is Miss Murphy calling from Warner Creek.
It's Dave the Flame.
Hi there, Judge.
Yeah, I got you, Weather.
What's the defendant's name?
Arenas Prado.
Ah,
Okay.
and- like the cheese, like the weird orange cheese. Where does the judge keep going? Oh, there she is. Yeah, like the orange cheese, but it's cream.
Look how big that screen is the judge has. It's like enormous.
Doesn't it look like you walk into a ghetto 7-Eleven though, and you have to like pass the money down in? And then
Oh, absolutely.
She's really protecting herself good today while working in her
empty courtroom.
box.
Quick check, real quick. Still no Judge Simpson back yet.
Jeez.
And Creed, whenever we're ready, we're still good to go over here with Judge O'Brien.
Oh wow, we got 3 of them up and
Mikey.
going. Love that.
Working hard, hardly working.
Well, I mean, if this is that close to Portland, that you know.
What's that supposed to mean?
What's that supposed to mean? Do you not remember what happened with them making their own? Wasn't that in Portland where they made their own city block? And
For sure, wasn't that in Seattle?
Oh, maybe. Same state at least. That's close.
Yes, Portland, Washington.
Well, that's right, Portland, Oregon. We're in Clark County, Washington, across the river. Get it right, Creed. Sorry. Jesus, wake up, Judge.
Judge, are we going to talk or what? For God's sakes, Judge. Let's go ahead and hear what our good friend that's over here have to say.
Oh, yes.
Conlon.
So we'll call the appropriate person. Sorry, Mr. Dobie.
All right.
Okay, take
Close,
care.
Michael.
You too.
So close. Are we going to let
Calling
Carla
number
talk?
18, People versus Damond Rush, 21435
Here we go.
FH.
Mr. Rush, are you driving right now?
Good morning. Good afternoon to this honorable court. Carla Marable on behalf of Mr. Rush.
Good
Who's present?
Turn your
So it appears that you're in a motor vehicle, Ms. Miracle. Are you parked?
Hi, Jeanette.
Here.
You're breaking up a good bit. Are you parked?
I did.
Yeah,
I missed somebody.
Okay,
I said
'cause I
thank you to
can't
one.
conduct the hearing with anybody driving a
I missed
motor
any other
vehicle. So,
Please share if you're
today
on
is the
Facebook. Go
time
ahead.
and date set for Mr. Rush's sentencing. Does anyone object to proceeding by Zoom, counsel?
No, Your Honor.
No objection. Mr. Rush, you have no objection to proceeding by Zoom, do you?
No.
And you
Not too big of a
understand,
truck.
Mr. Rush,
What
that
is she
you have a
looking for?
constitutional right to an in-person sentencing, but you're waiving that right to proceed by Zoom. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, Ms. Marable, your camera kind of keeps moving.
Oh, sorry.
Have you reviewed the pre-sentence?
Can we have our
report with
attorney
Mr.
tested?
Rush?
Yes, I have.
You just got
I
yelled
got
at
the
for-
pre-sentence investigation. I sent it to Mr. Rush and we went over it. There's no deletions or corrections. Is that correct, Mr. Rush?
That's right.
Okay. And do you believe that the guidelines are appropriately scored?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
The guidelines do not apply in this case as he pled.
Thank
to
you,
this.
Corral.
He pled to a misdemeanor.
Thank you, Mr. Dobie. So, Mr. Dobie, do you have any additions, corrections, or deletions?
Do not, Your Honor. And there is not a victim impact statement to be given today. I agree with the recommendation of probation.
Okay.
And Your Honor, at the end, I will be asking Mr. Because of the type of case that this started off at, there was a no contact provision in the bond. We're asking that no contact excuse me. I'm tired, and I do apologize. I asked that no contact provision be removed to no abusive contact. They are legally married and they do share a kid, and he's going to try to, resettle his marriage, rekindle his marriage.
No non-consensual contact is what you're asking for, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor, that's what I'm asking for.
Okay. Anything further, Ms. Marable?
No, Your Honor, this was an unfortunate event. Mr. Rush is almost 50 years old with no prior criminal record whatsoever.
He said that with kid
has worked his whole life. He's very active in his child life, and he just wants to put this past him.
Okay. Mr. Rush, is there anything you'd like to tell me before I impose sentence?
She was the only lawyer I could afford, Your Honor.
Okay. Well, counsel, we need to discuss what his goal will be, his rehabilitation goal for probation. And I was going to suggest better managing his anger.
I think that everybody needs to better manage their anger. But one of the things is that before.
Oh no!
Mikey Internet. She's a philanthropist, I believe.
He was even sentenced. He did do a class certificate. I think he did 70. One of the things I think that is all telling is that he understood when he got this charge, and without the court telling him, he went on his own and found the program and did an anger management class.
Good. Okay. Well, so we will use that as the goal. Mr. Dobie, were you about to say something else?
I am, Your Honor. Yes, I agree with that goal regarding the request to change the no contact order without the input of the victim on that. And we did not ask her that question if she wanted that removed. And she's not here today, unfortunately, though we have had contact with her up until yesterday. I'm asking you not to change that at this time.
We all need.
I'm sorry, you said you had contact with her as late as yesterday. Is that correct?
Yes, and she wasn't going to. We were expecting her to be here, but not to make a statement. However, she's not in the Zoom right now, so we can't ask her. And having not asked her that, no one having asked her that, I'm asking you not to change it.
Okay. So, Mr. Rush, this incident, as your counsel said, does appear to be very much out of character for you. I note that you have no history of involvement with the courts and no convictions at all in your record. I'm not going to order this, but it's just a suggestion that you may want to get a good physical exam, because sometimes there could be a physical reason why a person lashes out, such as, an issue with blood sugar or diabetes. So with that being said, on added count 3, aggravated domestic violence, I am sentencing you to a 2-year term of probation, subject to a number of special conditions. You must not use or possess alcoholic beverages or non-prescribed controlled substances, and you must comply with any testing and treatment requirements and any assessments of any type when requested. You must complete the Alternatives to Domestic Aggression program or a comparable program.
May I suggest go doing any of those programs she asked, please?
Do you remember Al Capone died from syphilis? You may need to get checked.
And you must obey all court orders.
Physical exams.
Physical exams.
Assaultive, abusive, threatening,
your attorney has left the building.
Behavior, and you must contact the field agent no later than the first business day following your placement on probation or release from jail, and allow the agent in the residence at any time for probation supervision and submit to a search of your person and
Carla just getting an accident? No,
but not limited to your vehicle, residence, and computer without the need of a warrant if the agent has reasonable cause to believe that you have items that would violate conditions of your probation. You must report any arrest or police contact, loss of employment, or change of residence to your agent.
I
within
want to
24
remind you
hours,
guys, like
weekends
the
and
beast, if
holidays
you ever see something
accepted.
good like that,
And
timestamp
at
it, give
this
us a link,
point, I am
screen
going
cap it,
to
whatever you
impose,
can.
Paragraph
You
13
got work
as
to do.
recommended
On
by
Discord,
probation.
we
You're
got a
not
case
to have
on
verbal,
our
written,
Discord. You got
electronic, or
channel.
physical contact.
Are you done with all that?
I guess what happened to it?
Probation violation was filed.
I don't know. It just flipped all the way over. There's nothing, nobody touching
are
it.
in violation of
Did you
your
jump to it?
sentence,
No.
For possessing, using, consuming, or delivering an item prohibited by the Uniform Controlled Substance Act.
Get over here. I guess we
and
got the
alleging
idea.
that committed a new
World's
law.
worst attorney.
So I'm going to read the
I'll send you my
substance
list,
of the
Nancy.
violation to you,
I need a lot of
and
things
then
here.
I'll find out if you want to be screened for an attorney.
For a
So it
physical
states, this is a
exam.
revoked deferred
That's a new
prosecution
one. I love it.
case, the first violation since being sentenced to supervised
Mr.
probation.
Rush, I'd like to
Sentenced
check your
supervised
testicles.
Probation on October 25th, 2019.
He's creeping. I love
was
it.
ordered to obey all laws. Defendant is an Oregon resident, and this charge qualifies for interstate commission of
What
adult
way
offender
did you?
supervision.
That was
And his case was
close.
transferred to Oregon in January 2020. On June 9th, 2020, the defendant committed the offense of delivery of heroin, possession of heroin, and criminal driving while suspended in Jackson County, Oregon. According to Medford Police Incident Report, well, then it goes into the allegations, which I don't need to get into right now.
No
The
accusations here,
defendant
Your Honor.
for delivery of heroin on October 21st, 2020, was sentenced to 40 months in prison and 3 years probation. He is currently serving time in the Snake River Correctional Institute.
Where did
His
Reuben
earliest
go?
release
I don't
date
know.
is March 19th, 2024. The recommendation is per ICAOS rules. They're requesting a book and hold warrant be issued. So he's in prison, Mr. DeGroat, and got it on today for the cancellation of the warrant.
Yeah, please do, Beast.
So,
That'd be great.
Mr. Arenas Prado, you are entitled to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, the court will appoint an attorney to assist you this morning. Would you like to be screened for a court-appointed attorney?
Yes, please.
All right, so just stand by. I'm going
He's
to
on
put
the
you in a
phone.
breakout room with Miss Addie. She's going to screen you privately for counsel, and then we'll
And
Private.
check you for diabetes. while you're
Private screening for
All
the diabetes. Private screening.
Why did this change? I don't even know how that even happened.
I don't know because I wasn't even clicking anything.
Diabetes. Diabetes.
Should we go back?
Smith, unmute your audio.
I'm almost scared to. Let's see if we can. She's arguing.
Is call me.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
I thought it was kind of strange that
Thank you, Yana.
she
You're
basically had denied this guy's the restraining order being taken away, the no contact with his wife.
26
Yeah.
People versus
Because she
Michael
wasn't there to
Brown,
say it was okay.
2371 FH.
Michael Dobie for the people.
Hi, Michael. Kids have been
Overwater,
busy, I
Assistant
see.
Under on behalf of Mr. Jones.
Make it hot.
And Mr. Jones, can you hear us?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so
Yes, ma'am.
today is the date set for the probation
Mike
violation hearing.
Jones.
Mr. Overwater, are you ready to proceed or?
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, I believe that Mr. Jones will be accepting the recommendation of probation.
I see. And what is that recommendation?
Your Honor, the allegations in the most recent violation regarding the assault with intent to do great bodily harm less than murder. So count 1 and 2 of the warrant dated 2/23/22. Those charges were dismissed at district court. So probation is going to dismiss those counts of the violation. That still leaves count 3 on that. And then there's also a show cause that was filed before that warrant regarding community service and MRT. So Mr. Jones has provided verification of the community service hours. So that portion is also resolved. And
Just less
so
than
probation
murder.
is
He beat him
recommending
within an
that
inch
we
of his life.
reinstate and extend probation to July 11th of 2023. Also that he obtain a substance abuse assessment and follow any
Abigail's got that Jenny
recommendations following that
McCarthy
assessment.
deal.
Did
I
he
like that.
enroll in an adult education or GED program within 30 days of his release from jail? And he's already been ordered to do this several times, but just reiterating that he needs to
He'll probably
complete the
get it.
MRT program. He is currently on the wait list for that program, and
I'm
I
willing
spoke
to
the
take it. Why not?
program facilitator yesterday who says he can get him in as soon as he is released.
He's still locked up.
Okay. And is that what you want to do, Mr. Jones?
Yes, ma'am. I'm ready to finish all of that. Like, I was ready to do it
I was not
before
expecting
all of this
that.
craziness happened. So I'm just ready to get out today and go on and handle my business. I'll make sure to get everything together.
Okay.
Floyd's at Klingon Town.
You see, I have my probation, my
Brown Floyd.
community service all together. Like, I'm
Good.
trying to do everything that you asked me.
Good. Okay. Would you raise your right hand to be sworn, sir?
You know it, child.
Swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
I'm willing
Could
to
you please
stay
state
here
your
in
name for our
jail.
record?
Micah Jones.
Thank you.
So, Mr. Jones, did you hear the recommendation of probation?
Great album.
Yes, ma'am.
And do you want to
Really,
admit
it's a
the
recommendation for
allegations that
probation.
are remaining on the understanding that I would sentence you in accordance with the recommendation?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, Ms. Benetti, I'm not clear on which ones we're proceeding on. I know on the February 23rd warrant, the only one left is count 3 about the controlled
The Bernie
substance or
Sanders
drug
meme, yes.
paraphernalia. And then on the summons, we're going with
Listen,
1
go ahead,
and
bud.
2, or are you
Hi, bud.
dismissing the community service one?
Yes, Your Honor. Just the MRT can
Got a
count
little sugar in
on
his
that
tank.
violation. He has provided community service verification.
So 2 is dismissed, just 1. Okay, so Mr. Jones, you understand that there would not be a contested evidentiary hearing. The maximum potential penalty is 4 years, but I would sentence you in accordance with the recommendation.
Your Honor, with regard to the controlled substance allegation, I just asked that he enter a no contest plea on that.
About the crack pipe,
Yes, please.
and what's the
Crack
basis for
pipe.
that?
Because that matter hasn't been criminally resolved, so he could potentially be subject to liability for that. I don't expect that he would, but I would rather keep him protected from that.
Any objection, Mr. Dobie?
None.
And then
Well,
what
this
would
is
I
not
use to establish the factual basis? Would you stipulate that the allegation itself in count 3 sets forth the factual basis?
I would so stipulate. Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
We got
Okay.
3 here.
So
And a dog.
have you had sufficient time, Mr. Jones, to talk with Mr. Overwater about what you should do here today?
I believe so. Like, he told me about getting into my MRT and.
You don't need to tell me what he told you.
Okay, but
That
yeah.
Covered by attorney-client confidentiality. I just need to know
Talk
if
too
you need
much.
more
Yeah.
time to talk with him.
No, I understand. I'll make sure when I get out tomorrow, I'll start being in the process of getting everything together, ma'am.
I love too hard, Your Honor.
Okay,
That's all
sounds
I'm
good.
guilty of.
Okay, so to the count that says that you were alleged to have a cracked pipe at the time of your arrest, are you pleading no contest to that?
Yes.
Okay.
Is Floyd
and
Brown
then
farting?
turning to the other
Like leaned over.
allegation, is it true that you were enrolled in MRT in May of 2021, but you missed 6 scheduled dates?
Damn.
And re-enrolled but failed to attend the groups on the first 4 scheduled dates, and that they closed your referral there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, satisfied, counsel?
Please like
Yes,
this
Your Honor.
video.
Yes, Your Honor.
Please do.
And as to sentencing, Mr. Overwater?
I waive a new report. I'd ask the court to proceed to immediate sentencing today and sentence my client according to the recommendation of probation, and I have nothing more to add.
Somebody fell down. Help him up.
Mr. Dobie?
I have nothing to add, Your Honor.
Okay. And Mr. Jones, is there anything you want to tell me before I impose sentence?
I'm
No
just trying to
offense.
say,
I need to. I'm so bored with her. Love her to
The
death, but
probation department
too slow.
filed a failure
Are you
to
saying her cadence?
I think
Maybe
that's what it is.
troubling?
Yeah.
sentence and sent you a notice hearing for
Judge Simpson was back for a second, but he's gone yet again.
Yeah, keep an
comply,
eye.
and then we'll
I'm
determine
watching.
if you want to be screened for a court-appointed attorney. Okay, so
RJ.
they're alleging you're not in compliance with your sentence. What does this say?
Hey, Chuck.
Hey, Chuck knows what's going on here.
She does. I like her. I just it
Panel
gets to be a
committed
little.
law violation,
Oh, she's probably a tiger in the sack.
and they're alleging that you failed to obtain
Quote Knox.
drug evaluation and comply with the treatment recommendation. They're alleging that the new law violations were
Marlena about to fall
reckless
asleep
driving
up there, by
and
the way.
while suspended
Me too.
in the
Amber says
second
hi.
degree. Let me see if those are still pending. Just 1 minute. Which they are. And why is that
Why is
not
that?
on to the
We did this last time, I think, with a dude in that room, and I was there the entire 2 hours.
Oh yeah, he waited and waited and waited.
I don't have the other ones.
Had several things.
Okay.
Mikey.
All right. So Ms. Reyes, they
Yeah.
didn't schedule
Dropping
your
your
other
link in
case,
private.
but obviously we're going to handle it because it's a
This is
state
where
case.
I pick up those
So then
panties
in
at?
conjunction with that failure to
No.
comply with your sentence, you have a
It's for,
pending charge
Kim.
on 1A0227793 alleging reckless driving and driving while suspended in the second degree.
A rut roll.
Would you like to be screened to see if you qualify for a court-appointed attorney to assist you this morning?
Yes, please.
Okay, so one moment,
yes,
in a breakout room with Miss Addie. Miss Addie, did Mr. Arenas Prado qualify?
Yes, you did, Your Honor.
Okay.
Either Dennis or I don't know. Steven's got some pent up rage too.
Judge Simpson has just come back.
Oh, has he? Let's do it and
Oh,
say
no, I'm sorry.
thank you, Kirda, for
There he is. Sir, if you could state your name, please.
Thank you, Kirda.
Antonio Curry.
All right. And
Dramatic camera.
counsel is standing in with your permission. Is that correct, sir?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right. I don't know if we needed that, but now we got it out of the way. All right. You need an exam. Will that be in person or via Zoom?
In person because of the age of the victim, Your Honor.
Gotcha.
Uh-oh.
Thank you.
Uh-oh.
How far were you guys looking?
That's not good.
I don't know if Ms. Reiser has a preference. I know that we have received discovery. Perhaps additional time we would appreciate. Mr. Curry currently lives
Who's
in
Jeffrey
Georgia,
over
so
here,
it will be
Mr.
facilitating a plane ticket.
Buckner over here.
To get him here.
Right.
That's Stephen Root. Isn't that his name?
Okay,
Oh,
hold
okay.
one moment.
Now I know.
Is that
I
his
have
name?
Yeah.
dates up to a certain
Right?
point, so just hold
Yeah.
1 second.
Okay, thank you.
Had him on the show, didn't we?
Mm-hmm. That we did. Best known for his roles on King of the Hill and Office Space. Getting a date.
I mean, seriously, you guys, look at it's almost a spitting image.
It really is. It's very, very close.
See him? Look at him.
Can you find
Jeffrey?
out who's on
Uh-huh.
the night?
Or can we say a very old Jack Black?
I could do April 26th unless you did not want to go out that far.
Far.
I believe that
Wow.
was for the defense.
Yep, that's fine, Your Honor. April 26th.
That's
Mr.
in
Curry, are
person.
you driving
April
currently?
26th,
A
2022,
lot legend, but I don't. I must be
9
young.
a.m.
Oh, you guys are all thinking the same thing.
That will be in person, and that is before me.
I like that every
Your
time
Honor, would it be
Antonio's
possible to
camera
get it
comes on, it
virtual?
zooms in. Like,
You do what?
Considering, like, would it be possible to have it virtual? Do it with Zoom, considering
Well, No, and I would rule against that in this case and set it in person, primarily for the reason that the people have stated regarding the age of the victim or alleged victim. I would also indicate that I've put it out this far, which I normally would not do, to also accommodate the wishes of your client in terms of securing a plane ticket so that, or however you would get here, that you would have the time to figure out how you can be located here. Okay.
Damn, that's not
So
good.
in person, April 26, 2022, 9 a.m. And that is before me. Bond will continue.
Your Honor, I wanted
Oh,
to
I'm
ask
sorry.
one question with regard to bond. I had asked or emailed Ms. Reiser just briefly right during this hearing about this, and don't know if we have a resolution. Mr. Curry used to send support payments to the complainant, in this case's mother, child support payments, and to continue to do so would technically violate his bond due to the no contact order. And he's hoping that he can still mail those payments. It's not part of an official divorce, a typical child support order. He was
guessing a
just sending the
stepchild?
funds. So it's not as though they're withheld from payment or something. So he was sending them directly to the mother. If that would be possible to amend his bond to allow for those payments.
So he's sending support to a kid that's not his. Is that
So
what I'm
that's not
understanding?
through any FOC, friend of the court order or anything along those lines. It's an informal
Yes, Your
arrangement,
Honor.
sounds like to me. And who, but he was sending these support payments to whom?
To the alleged victim's mother.
That's really weird. So he's sending money
And
to the
your
mother.
view that violates,
I mean,
or
can't
potentially
that be
violates the
constitute like
I
hush
believe
money
there-
or something? Like payoff?
Go ahead.
Yes, I believe that there was a no contact with the alleged victim or the family.
Well, I don't know if that's what was requested.
Why is he sending
I
this lady
have-
money if she's not an ex-wife? These aren't.
No contact with Mia Curry,
That's the victim, Your Honor.
right? And then only supervised contact with all other minor children.
That's crazy.
That's the
Yes,
language
Ed,
that
yes.
I have in the file.
Okay, then I suppose sending the payments to the alleged victim's mother will not violate the order and he will go ahead and do that.
I would not interpret it as violating the order, but I don't know, Ms. Reiser, I did
Yeah.
not hear from you. I don't know what
They're
you
not
think
married?
on that.
Never been married?
I honestly, I don't know, Your Honor. Counsel literally just emailed me this afternoon, so I have not had contact
And it
with
was not
Jessica
court
Curry,
ordered.
the
It's like a
mother of Mia
voluntary
Curry.
arrangement.
So I don't know if payments have been sent.
It wasn't.
Certainly, if they have not, it would really seem kind of improper to start sending them now. So I don't know. Without a court order, there's no friend of the court order. I don't know.
Is he trying to pay him
Your
off?
Honor, perhaps this is something that
Here's the thing. Here's what I think we'll do is, Mr. Reiser, I'll allow you an opportunity to have contact. What I would hate to see is that if there is support for this child, that somehow because of this case that then cease or not happen. Okay. So what I would offer to you is this, that since there is not a friend of the court order, and certainly this court is not the friend of the court, if we need an order while this matter's pending, that the defendant would send the payments, if she has some objection or some leeriness about that, to the court, and then the court would, on this case, would then send those out. I don't want to do that, but I don't have a problem doing that under the circumstances to alleviate all concerns on both sides.
Why is he
If that
giving
makes sense to
money?
you. So I'll let you contact the mother, Ms. Reiser, if she has some leeriness. then you and counsel can work out language. And since it's my case, I'll sign it. If you guys run into a roadblock, let me know. And then
Okay, sure. Thank you.
I'll
Your Honor.
deal with that, okay?
Thank
All
you,
right.
Your Honor.
Weird.
At this time, bond will continue. Thank you.
Thank you.
Jump over to Judge Kim's, but Judge Terry is on, and Jesus is here, Mr. Lewis, my favorite.
You were not currently enrolled in school.
I was trying to.
And
Well,
Lisa.
at the time you came in, you were not currently enrolled in school, and you'd been in Texas since November.
No.
And you're set.
Oh,
Do
good
you want to
catch,
keep arguing
Janelle.
with me, or do you want to run this hearing, or do you want me to do it?
It's still very odd to be.
Are you mom there?
Yes.
Hey there, Delilah.
He's set for court in front of Judge Porter on the 30th. Okay.
There you
This
go,
was from
folks.
February 7th, Arlington PD at the Dollar General.
Uh-oh. Nothing good happens
They
at the Dollar
closed
General.
And officer saw two subjects standing outside of the store.
Hi, Mariposa.
Mariposa.
Thought it looked suspicious, so they went to check it out. The two subjects outside of the Dollar General walked over to the daycare next door and entered a parked vehicle.
Oh. Did you get a phone, a
Subjects
Moto
when they
G?
saw the officers, jumped out of the vehicle and ran from the officers despite being given commands.
So car seat.
They ran between the daycare and Dollar General, and then back around the other side where officers took them and gave commands to stop and sit down, which they did.
Welcome back, Loud.
Congrats,
No one was
Denzel.
round chambered, and 8 more in the magazine was located along the path where they fled. And then it says that you admitted to tossing the gun while running from the officers.
Uh-oh.
The vehicle that
Yeah.
you jumped into did not belong to you, and the owner was contacted and stated that he wanted to press charges and did not give you or your cohort permission to be in the vehicle. It actually belonged to the daycare.
Uh-oh.
You were with Nathaniel. I know that name.
Oh, shit. That's not good. Can we go ahead and just say, see you in
Mom, do
10
you know
days?
how he knows Nathaniel?
No, no.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Mr. Wang.
Mm-hmm,
Just watch right here.
Got a prior possession supervisory caution. Did you guys live here in Texas and then move away and then come back?
He lived in Louisiana for a little bit.
Okay, because back in January, he had a possession case here of 2021. So then he lived in Louisiana. Now he's back here with you.
Yes.
Okay, when's the last time he's been enrolled in a school?
2020.
Last October.
And that was when he was in Louisiana?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and what's the reason he has not been enrolled in school here in Texas?
They wanted his social security card, and the Social Security Administration has been closed because of Corona. So
Kind of seems like a valid reason. Yes.
He's a good kid.
Do you have his birth certificate?
yes, ma'am.
They are still operating. They just may have been closed in person. I don't know if they're closed in person or not as of the end of last year, but I know they're still operating.
What's the difference between the family room and the courtroom of juvenile parent?
I'm just waiting to hear back.
Oh, yeah. Attorney Rue looks like he's at a coffee
So what
shop,
does he
like
do
a
all day
menu
when he's not
behind
in
him.
school?
He works.
He's waiting for his Reuben to
Oh,
get there.
I'm sorry. He works in the afternoons.
Okay. Where does he work?
Taco Casa.
All right.
Where?
Taco Casa.
Is that where
And what is his curfew?
Attorney Rue is?
10 p.m.
The Taco Casa?
Taco Casa coffee room.
So on the 7th, so you don't know how he knows Nathaniel, and do you know what he was doing out on the 7th that night?
I'm
after
sure.
11?
I would think they closed for a little bit, maybe. I mean, she didn't even
Did you know he was not home?
blink when she said that.
I was at work.
But did you know he was not home?
No, ma'am.
Do you work third shift?
That day, yes, ma'am.
What are your normal work hours?
That day I was cleaning a house.
You were cleaning a house? at 11 p.m. at night?
Yes, ma'am. For B&B.
Okay. Is that what you normally do for a living?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Where do you work, ma'am?
I drive for lifts.
I'm sorry?
I drive for lifts.
Oh, okay, you're a Lyft driver. Okay, so your hours can be whenever, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Jack of all trades. I don't know about this mom.
Okay, so I just have one more
Mhm.
question, and that'll be for Mr. Kroll. Why is he level 1 outstanding only as of the 25th of February?
He was confined earlier prior to that last detention here, and he was confined prior to that working, but his way back up. It's an altercation, I believe, in the back.
Okay.
So he hasn't gotten in trouble because he hasn't been loose.
But that was before that's the only thing he's had?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And that was addressed at the last 10 days. We've had no issues.
Okay.
Oh, good.
All right, Treylin, we're going to try this. I don't know what, Mr. Paul, you're going to have to help mom because I expect him to be enrolled in school by the end of next week.
Oh, so somebody's getting out.
And I don't know what school district, if they're on spring break next week or not, but I guess she's got
throws
today
people
tomorrow to
out
figure it out.
left.
And if you have any issues, you can just be in contact with Mr. Kroll. All right, but
Looking it up, love.
that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and release you, Treylin.
Never heard of Takakasa.
Never.
I am gonna put you on a monitor. You can go to school.
You
can
go to work.
You're gonna get random UAs.
What's a UA?
Your analysis. You're not to be using marijuana.
Yes, ma'am.
But I can't live without it, Yana.
You are not to be at that Dollar General
Just that one.
or the daycare
Like you pull
next
that,
door to it.
pull that link up.
You are also not to
Bounce
associate
to it
with
for a second.
Nathaniel.
After this one.
And that means not on social media, not at work. Do you work with Nathaniel by any chance?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Are you a lover of Nathaniel's?
Not to be texting, calling him, nothing. You don't talk to Nathaniel. He does not exist to you, okay? He is not
Nathaniel
your friend.
did my
He's not
hair, Your
someone you
Honor.
need to be around.
Judge Terry's got good
Paul,
hair.
do you know the name of the daycare?
No, I do not, but I can get it.
Okay.
You're not allowed back at the daycare.
I'll leave a blank there for the name.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Treylin, let's try it.
Okay, fine.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I be excused?
Yes, thank you.
You may, thank you.
Great afternoon, everyone.
You too.
Look at this. Loud ain't kidding. This looks, I mean,
Oh my goodness.
the website looks pretty damn good.
Look at that. I mean, just look at
Hi,
this.
Ulysses. I'm Judge Terry. This is your
Merch.
attendee detention hearing. The purpose
they have
of this hearing is
t-shirts.
to determine whether I can release you to a parent or guardian, or if I
Is
can
this a
keep you here
Texas
to-
only thing?
You have a
or-
right to remain silent, and you have a right to an attorney.
Oh,
Your attorney is
super,
Mr. Madison.
super
Yes, John
salad.
Davis.
Not just super.
There's $15 worth of
Okay,
tomatoes. on
whoever
there.
D'Angelo Moore is, you need to have your face on the Zoom screen. You have 5 seconds to do that.
Guac
or
and
you will be
chips.
removed from the hearing.
That. Look at that.
Thank you.
Any hotties in here want to hang out? Anybody? Anybody? Let's make a love connection.
All right.
Mr.
So
Kapoor,
Ulysses
good to
is
see you.
15 years old and you've been here a little while. Level 1 outstanding since the end of last month. You're here for engaging in organized criminal activity, burglary of a habitation, and unauthorized use of a vehicle.
No!
Lisa.
Let's see. A Jeep Patriot was stolen on Sunday, January
A
23rd.
Jeep Patriot?
Traffic stop was conducted. You were the driver.
Go!
Owner was said he did not give permission for the vehicle to be driven. It was stolen
No
from a
mask.
store.
In the
Oh.
GP.
Must be in there for a while. Lisa, scratch your nose a
You were
little
released to
bit.
your mother
please.
on the 24th.
Oh, she just looked at me.
Positive for marijuana, and then
Please,
you end
Lisa.
up back here. That's where I don't have that gap filled in here. Can you help me out, Mr. Victorson?
Of course, Your Honor.
So.
Was
the
I supposed to
burglary
find your
habitation,
girlfriend, Keaton?
He came in on the 9th for the.
I think this is.
Why don't you just go hang out with Krishna?
You should have a warrant for that, an arrest warrant.
Mr. Kapoor.
Krishna seems a little
And
desperate.
that's when he tested positive for marijuana at that time.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Jeep Patriots has stolen Jeep.
Lisa, can you come on the show sometime?
Lisa, we'd love to have you on the show. I just want you to let us know that you are watching.
Can you mess with the
All right,
blind?
what's the behavior level been like since he was here? Why is it February 28th until he got level 1 outstanding?
Well, Your Honor, he had a, let me look real quick. So since the
Taco
last
Bell's
detention hearing,
meat's
he's had
god
no
awful.
violations whatsoever. He's done
true.
very well in detention since the last detention hearing. Prior to that, there was an incident. Let me look it up. It looks like a couple of things where he was making fun of a peer, not following instructions, and basically not doing very well in the detention center. His level dropped down at one point down to 2 unacceptable. Then he worked it back up to level 1 on the 28th.
Okay.
And he's kept it there, Your Honor.
Does Kathleen ever really
Does he obey curfew at home?
like
Yes, he did.
short roof?
They're just whenever that situation happened, it's when he just decided
It's
not
an
to
escape
go.
room, crooked. The ceiling is
It
lower.
looks like if she stands up, she's gonna hit her head.
One, which situation are you talking about? Him doing
Whenever
things
he
outside
had,
of people's houses or the car?
Whenever
Oh, roasted.
whenever it was for the car, and then the next
Whenever he
day
took
when
the
that
car?
happened, it was at his brother's girlfriend's house, and that's where they picked them up, and I was there when they're searching the house and everything.
Okay.
So you're looking for more than hanging out, aren't you, Krishna?
You're
2
up mighty
a.m.
late.
You don't want to just hang out
How old
at
is her
2
brother?
a.m.
He's 16.
How old are you, Kapoor?
Lisa, do you like to watch gladiator movies? Oh, gee.
Is there anyone else in the home to help you supervise these boys?
It's just me. And
Uh-huh.
my husband's usually their dad is at work most of the time.
Well, at least he's got a job.
Are you stay at home?
Yes, I stay at home.
So you're
Krishna
home all
wants
the
to
time.
hang out for 19 years.
He's 19 years old.
All right, I'm gonna give him a chance to be released.
You like
What?
older women in their 60s?
Boy, today is the day to go see the judge.
Yeah, she's just pushing them out like she's giving birth.
I'm not even sure if we have all those charges. We just have, so far I've only got the UUMB.
You're tearing me apart.
Okay, well, it's about time. Ms. Mowdy, do you know anything about this one? Oh, it's assigned to Mr. Bomberg.
Well, I've got to go talk to him after this anyway, so.
Okay.
Have him come down and have a coffee
Here's
with
what
you.
we're gonna do. You're
Rue.
gonna be on an electronic monitor, and you're gonna get random UAs.
What's a UA?
We're gonna make mom's job easy because
Oh,
you're just
Jeb,
gonna
I'm
go to
sorry to
school,
hear that.
That's not
and you're gonna go if you guys go to church.
So
You
it's
can do
not
that.
good.
But that's
It's
all
not
you can
good.
do. Mom
Hang
is
in
not to be left unsupervised with your other son.
Okay.
Okay.
And what's your other son's first name again?
Carlos. But he
Okay.
didn't know nothing about the situation because whenever that happened, it's because Ulysses used to hang around with Marcus.
Oh, Marcus.
He also lived at
That
the house,
son
but
of a bitch.
back
That
from school is
effing
that's where
Marcus.
They find out about everything because the cops were already there. That's when he called me and I went over.
Oh, hi, Bubba. Boy, everybody's coming in to say hi today. Hi, bud. Come say
You know
hi.
what they say, you know what they say about
Don't
Marcus?
mess with me. I'm one crazy mofo.
He's crazy.
One crazy mofo. Sal's coming to say hi.
And what's the girlfriend's name?
Ellen
Ellen?
Ellen or Ellen?
or Ellen, sorry.
Ellen.
Ellen?
Ellen?
I know people that watch her show.
Ellen. Wow, he's dating older women. Good for him.
Not to have any contact with her either.
Oh.
And you are expected to go to school without unexcused absences, and your grades need to be passing.
No.
And we'll see what happens with this case. You do not want to come back here, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Dave, over on Facebook, I saw your joke. It was fantastic, by the way.
2 for 2. 2 for 2, guys.
That is
Judge Terry letting everybody out today.
something we normally don't see.
And
Is there
because you
anything
believe that you are indeed guilty of
happening
these
over at
offenses?
SEDS?
Look at
than
attorney
this date?
Deborah.
Deborah,
On
you
January
okay?
15, 2022,
Free
at the
frame.
location of Arella Boulevard and Pauline, City of Ann Arbor, Washington
Blink,
County,
for
State of
God's sake.
Michigan.
There we go.
Were you operating a motor vehicle?
There she is.
Yes.
Prior to operating
Devious.
that motor vehicle, had you consumed intoxicating liquor?
Yes.
Non-intoxicating liquor.
What'd you have and how much?
A lot.
I had some Patron.
Nice.
About like 1 to 2 cups.
Okay. Were you stopped by the police or was there an accident?
I was stopped by the police.
All right. Why'd they stop you?
Because I had an accident.
Well, they didn't stop. I was asleep.
Okay. So you
Middle
fell
of the
asleep /
Yeah, I
passed
had
out
to
behind
get
the wheel.
405.
Yeah,
Get it. We'll have one for you. We got to chase.
All right.
3.
And were you ultimately arrested?
Thursday.
Yes.
And were you taken to the hospital or police station?
First the police station and the hospital.
All right. Was there a blood draw?
Yes.
And what were the results? You
0.09, Your Honor.
0.09.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
So do you have any reason to dispute those blood test results?
No.
0.09?
Taking everything into consideration on that date and at that time, do you believe that your ability to operate that motor vehicle was impaired due to your consumption of alcohol?
She gets off on court.
Yes.
All right. And at that time, did you have a concealed weapon on your person or in the vehicle?
Yes.
And what was that weapon?
A 38
She ran out of
revolver.
spray paint.
Okay. And so you had that while you were under the influence of alcohol.
Well, good, because we like you.
Yes.
Thank you, B-Dog.
All right. Counsel, have I complied with the court rule and would it be proper to accept this defendant's plea?
People are satisfied.
Yes, Your Honor.
Court
Satisfied.
will- Thank
Sure,
you.
put
Court
your
will
phone
accept
number in
the
there for all I
defendant's
care.
Pleas of guilty.
Go for it.
2 counts 3 and 4. Counts 1 and 2 are dismissed.
Shout it out.
Pre-sentence investigation and report is ordered at 15th District Court probation. Sentencing in this matter will be
I'm running my way.
April 7th, 2022.
When he said he was
1:30
passing out behind the wheel, I was
before
expecting
Judge
a
Rauch.
way
Right?
bigger
Yeah.
blood alcohol than that.
I was expecting the
Bond
car to
do we have
catch
any-
fire from hitting a
Is
bridge
there any
and a couple of cars.
leeway
you
on
know?
that? I have an in-person preliminary exam that date in another court.
You would have to call the 15th District Court and speak to Judge Valvo's clerks.
Okay. All right.
That's the date that we have, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah,
Alrighty, thank
he
you.
did have a 38, so I mean.
Oh,
Thank you,
Your
Mr.
Honor,
Hurd.
there is something else I need to ask the court for permission for.
A new phone.
Your Honor, my
do
client works with a construction company
I must have
and
been
they
on
have
the unofficial
projects
one.
outside the state of Michigan.
That's why.
And because we had not asked for permission before, he
I think I was
could
catfished.
not work and he would like to work. So
Hey,
we would
Chris,
like
not Kyle.
permission for my client to travel
I'm
outside
looking
the
you up
state
right
of
now.
Michigan for the purposes of work.
Any objection from the people?
None.
All
You
right.
catch me on the gram.
I will indicate
No, but
defendant may
not surprised, Kirdo.
travel outside of the state of Michigan.
By the way, do you notice
Your Honor,
for
right
Freedom
now,
House
or
almost
work
looks like
purposes.
he is in a
sorry,
like
Your
living
Honor.
room, dining room
right
area
now, my client is
of a house?
testing once a week. Your Honor, he's complied with all the bond conditions. He has not tested positive ever, and he's not had a single bond violation. And I would ask, Your Honor, that he be allowed to test less frequently and that there be some leeway for him to test outside of state.
He would have to, if he's testing at community corrections, he would have to work that out with community corrections in terms of that testing. I'm not going to reduce the amount of testing at this juncture.
Okay.
But you
All
can
right,
bring that
thank
up
you, Your
before Judge Bravo, certainly. All right,
Okay. Thank you.
sir, Mr. Hearn,
Yes, sir.
just make sure that when you're traveling out of state, that you have
I agree.
have proof of that. That's why you're there. So have some proof that that you're outside of state for employment purposes.
Okay.
Okay. All
Yes,
right.
sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court calls the case. The People versus William Huff.
Nope. Here it
Anish
is.
Ganatra, First Assistant Prosecuting
About
Attorney
time.
for the People.
Probably going to
Jeff
end on
Osmond, attorney for William
this one,
Huff.
guys, just so you know.
All right, Mr. Huff, can you identify yourself, please?
Yes, Your Honor. William Huff.
Thank you. All right, what are we doing on this?
Are you in your living room?
Judge, I've had conversations with Mr. Ganatra. We're going to need some additional time to try and obtain some paperwork that may help resolve this case. Could we please have that April 7th date if it's okay?
For a probable cause?
Yes, sir.
Hearing no objection. Probable cause will be adjourned to April 7th, 2022, 9 a.m. Bond on this matter will continue.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
Thank you. You do the same, sir. Thank you, Mr. Huff.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court calls the case. People versus Philip Jackson.
I'm sorry, Mr. Jackson.
Anish
Boy, that was
Ganatra,
quick.
First Assistant Prosecuting Attorney for the People.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Attorney Carl Jordan, 57226. For Mr. Philip Jackson, I'm appearing by Zoom, as is Mr. Jackson, and this is with our consent, Your Honor.
All right, very good.
Is that all right?
What are we doing
There's
on
our
this?
boy
Hang out.
Kapoor.
Your Honor, I have not had an opportunity to talk to the prosecutor about the case. I anticipate after I get the discovery, it will be a waiver. But to do my due diligence, I would like to go over it, of course, with my client. May we have another PCC date?
Not a problem.
Well, Judge Middleton
you,
just
Your
went live. Let's
How much
see.
how much time would you need on that?
Your Honor, I don't anticipate I'd need much time. I'm not available the last 2 weekends of March. I heard the April 7th date given out. Unfortunately, I'm not
Why is
available
Carl
that day.
just showing us
Is
the
the,
side of his
is
head?
the 14th available?
Yep, sure, I'll be here. So,
Yeah.
It just went live. Let's jump over to 3B, see if anything's kicking off before we get
By
to
the way,
stepping.
our friend Kapoor is 6'3".
6'3".
Big
Krishna.
boy.
Can you tell me what's the channel based on? Couple of idiots.
A lot of stuff, Kapoor. A lot of stuff. If you go and you look, you'll see all kinds of things, from cases, the chases, mysteries.
Hey, old buck.
sports. A lot of stuff. You need to post more. You only got 7 posts. Let's get some posts up there, Kapoor.
Afternoon here. And as I mentioned earlier, we didn't have any cases for this morning. We're on the last 3 cases for the day. Ms. Halleck's out in the conference room
Ava Davis.
right now.
Grady
And,
Badass.
let's see what we got in the others. The last 3 cases are hers, or Melissa's.
Melissa, where are you?
I hear her coming.
Might have some live stuff.
Oh, here she comes. Who's her attorney?
Different disc in my box, but not one for her.
Leave Melissa's
Yeah, I
the
texted
attorney.
you. I'm sorry. I was looking. It was from last February, so there is nothing new.
Oh.
So sorry. I don't know why there's not more notes in this.
Oh, this girl looks great. Who just sat down. She's looking around like
This
very
actually
confused.
allegedly occurred in March of 2020, 2 years ago.
Wow.
Anyway, we're back on the record. We are live feed. We're recording. We're on the Zoom platform. People versus Amber Lard. Prosecutor
Lard?
for to defer.
Yeah, he did just say that.
Well, I shouldn't say that. To resolve this 2-year-old retail fraud case.
Uh-oh.
Retail fraud is here live and in person. Had an opportunity to meet with her client. There's a factor here that are you about to have a baby?
No, so I'm just fat.
No, I'm just a lard
I think
ass.
it was a pretty safe bet.
Yeah, I got it in 6 weeks.
All right, what's your due date?
April 23rd.
So you might need more deferral time than 90 days. When I teach at new judge school, I have 11 little extra rules, and one is don't ever ask anybody if they're pregnant.
Yeah, that could backfire on you.
And then everybody's embarrassed, but I figured this was a safe bet and is relevant to what we're gonna do here. Also, if we have an April 6th jury date, that's affected by that as well. Melissa, what's your client's position here?
Your Honor should maintain that her plea, or, sorry, I can't think. She would maintain her innocence and just proceed to trial, Your Honor.
All right, let's look.
What was she accused of stealing? Baby clothes. Oh.
Melissa, is there a concern about other civil penalties with another related case in a different court? I mean, I have no objection to it being a no contest if that's a concern. This may affect something in another court.
She has nothing else going on.
She married.
Okay.
She's married to Mr. Davis.
Other than some minor civil infractions several years ago.
Again, I don't know how this got said again.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Well,
Did you follow
she's
Krishna?
the one with a bullet for April 6th.
Tell all your friends.
I'll be out of town, but Casey will be
Yeah, you
here.
sure are a gone lot.
I mean, we're trying to avoid setting things that week because
She has beautiful teeth.
out of town.
Well, we actually
Are they
called
fake, you think?
Melissa to make sure she wouldn't be on spring break when we set the April jury trial.
I can always try to make a plan. I mean, let's see.
All right, now, we're gonna have a jury trial on Wednesday, April 6th.
Oh.
If there are issues with the delivery date, you contact Ms. Halleck immediately. Yeah, obviously you're gonna get, but if your date isn't until later.
I think she planned this pregnancy to get out of court.
Pro move if she did. I mean,
She did good for her. I just need somebody to knock me up. I'm trying to stay out of jail.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And so there's already a witness list and everything on file.
Oh my goodness.
Ghost. Well, that was quick. 2 more to go. Let's see how these play out over time.
I like that we're going ahead and just moving forward on this case with
I did not. I will.
retail fraud with
Send it
witnesses.
to the PROS email. I did that before, so because I didn't know if it's you or Casey all the time since you're out so much.
Generally, we just say, hey, no, it's because I'm in different courts.
That's what I meant.
Yeah. The ladies, I think, forwarded it to both of us or put it in the file. So I got to see.
Okay.
Girl talk.
Back down to the circuit.
I'll go see if he's here.
Okay.
Let's see if this.
No, Deborah, you're entitled to all the vacation time you can get.
Next one gets
I mean,
going.
I like it.
You're hearing from a guy that just came back from my.
Yeah, no kidding. Let's not throw stones when we live in a house of glass, right?
I suppose. I have 15 unused vacation days from last year.
That's unheard of.
Okay.
That's unheard of, Your Honor.
There's a lot to do here.
What we got now? Bring them on in. Sit down.
Okay.
Let's see that's in on that side.
Please like and subscribe. Live court 5 days a week.
You Robert Caldwell?
Drinking.
We may have met years past, but I haven't seen you eyeball to eyeball here in the courtroom. Everything we've been doing is
Since 09.
That's what I'm thinking.
Virtual, yeah, it's been a while. So, hello. This is 2 cases in the matter of People versus Robert Earl Caldwell. File 212558 SD. First charge alleges operating while intoxicated. Second offense. The other charge is no insurance under the insurance code. He's here with his lawyer, Melissa Halleck, and Deborah Davis is here. We're only about 14 minutes behind schedule, which isn't too bad considering.
He hasn't had any cases today. Shouldn't be.
There's also a file
He had nothing in the way.
212559.
How are you behind?
Without a valid license. Ms. Davis and Ms. Halleck have been discussing this case, exchanging some emails. What's the current status of the case, Deborah?
Melissa, I don't see an email regarding this one. I have something about the Trinidad case, but nothing about this. Can you forward it just to me?
Yep.
Okay.
Because that's our new best friend from India.
The judge on it, 'cause it's a sobriety court one.
Oh, yes. I saw.
Oh, okay.
I'm sending it, Deb, just
All right.
hit send.
See how long it takes our firewall to let you in.
Well, if this one's boring, we can jump.
Well, it is time to go. I mean,
I have no objection to that.
Judge Simpson is gone again.
Did Casey give an offer with it, or was it as charged with?
He didn't say.
Friday court? Let me see if I can find his
Today's
notes
show is brought to you by Dixon
from the original pre-trial.
Cider.
Looks like this is a
If you've never had hot Dixon cider, you haven't had cider.
one was on 2-4. So let me see if I can get Casey's notes from that.
Yeah. Guys, it's that time. It's 2 hours and 8 minutes. Be back tomorrow for another We Got a Case. We got to get ready for it. We got a chase coming up 4:05 East. Mikey said it's a, what do you call it? Triple P Thursday?
Triple Play Thursday. 3 chases. We're going to have Creed. All 3 very good. I can't often say that, but today, all of them winners, like Deborah's teeth. Damn near perfect.
I'll see you at 4:05. Might have some slots tonight, but we'll see about that. It should be around 6, maybe. That's our full docket for the day, as they say.
Kapoor, behave yourself. And until next time.
Yes.
Will you do a poll leader? By the way,
yeah,
send your poll questions as soon as the YouTube goes live. Where you can leave a poll question if you want us to use it today. So, yeah. Until next time, please wang. Remember. Oh, that's not it. Excuse me. Hold on. That's it right here.
Oh, that guy seems really mad, huh?
He's very upset.
Poor dude.
Carla was his attorney.